08:05 a.m. Northline Logistics entrance. Executives rush in. Security guard 1, status check. The kid is back. Blue marker. Security guard 2, on radio. Copy. Notify sanitation. Third time this week. Alert Chief Daniels. Eli, about 13, sits on the curb. He draws the company logo on the brick wall, inverted 180 degrees. Executive 1, stopping. Is that mockery? Get a cleaner out here. Now. Executive 2, on phone. I'm calling the chief myself. This is vandalism. Corporate image is degrading. Robert Hale watches from his 25th floor office. Robert, on intercom, voice sharp. Chief Daniels, report on the recurring graffiti. Explain protocol failure. Chief Daniels, on intercom clipped. Mr. Hale, he's non-compliant. A minor. We enforce dispersal. He returns in minutes. Protocol limits physical intervention. I have contacted social services. They have a 72-hour queue for minor violations. Robert. Protocol. Did you speak to him? Did you get a reason? Chief Daniels. He only said, it will be wrong again tomorrow too. No further communication. Robert. Unacceptable. I'm coming down. Keep your team back. Stand down. Robert hangs up. He takes the express elevator. He crosses the street, making horns blare. Robert. Why are you changing my company's logo, kid? Eli. Because it's wrong. Robert. Wrong? I paid a design firm $5 million for this. It's trademarked. It's a symbol of global progress. Eli. It's upside down. Robert. It's the symbol of forward trajectory, Eli. I'm Robert Hale. You are? Eli. Eli. Robert. Eli. Tell me how my logo, representing a billion-dollar logistics operation, is upside down. Use logic. Eli. The arrow points right. It implies a horizontal rise. But the visual weight is unbalanced. The eye follows the heavy line. That line anchors the eye to the left. Robert. That is abstract design theory. My trucks follow strict GPS routing. Every turn is optimized. Eli. They follow visual instinct. Your optimal route requires a sharp right onto Highway 12. A 3-second transition at full speed. Robert. Correct. It saves minutes on long hauls. Eli. They take this slow left turn through local congestion. The visual gravity of the logo pulls their instinct left, towards the local depot route they use for short runs. They lose 6 minutes per turn, plus the congestion delay. Robert. 6 minutes? That is a measurable metric, Eli. A severe failure if true. Eli. The subconscious anchor. The arrow is supposed to guide them right, but the design is a subtle suggestion of mass pulling left. It happens daily. Robert pulls out his phone. He calls Alex, lead analyst. Robert, Alex, drop Q2. I need raw data on logistics corridor D4 for the last 3 months. I want the total non-optimal route adherence cost. Factor in driver idle time and fuel. I need the hard loss number. Alex, on phone. Sir, that's standard 2% variance. We can't pull the micro cost without full segmentation. It will require IT. Robert, you segment it now. Specifically, every deviation from the mandatory right turn onto Highway 12. Total accumulated loss. 1 hour. Get IT involved. This is priority alpha. Robert ends the call. He watches a Northline truck approach the D4 exit. The driver hesitates, signals, and takes the slow left turn. Robert, I see the behavioral pattern, but I need the data to match your eye. Eli, the data will match. Robert, where do you live, Eli? Eli, I just draw. Robert, I don't ask for favors. I pay for facts. Robert pulls out a crisp $50 bill. Robert, this is an advance payment for your first consultation. I need a second observation, something internal, inside the depot, something small that costs us big. Eli takes the bill, folds it neatly, and tucks it into his worn trouser pocket. Eli, the fourth loading ramp, Bay 4B. The trucks take longer there. Always. Robert, why? Eli, 3 adjustments to a line, not 2. Robert, why 3? Eli, the optimal angle lines are faded. They are 10 feet short of the correct backing point. The short line pulls them into a shallow entry angle. It costs 45 seconds per load cycle. Robert stares across the street at the massive loading bays. Robert, you see faded paint from here, Eli. Eli, I see what is wrong. Robert, you are either a genius or a hallucination. Robert turns and walks back across the street. Robert enters the lobby. His assistant runs up. Assistant, Mr. Hale, Chief Daniels is demanding a formal report on your interaction. He says you violated all security protocols, approaching an unauthorized minor. Robert, Chief Daniels is welcome to calculate the liability of my $4 million annual loss. Tell him I violated protocol to gain data he failed to obtain. Call Mike in operations. Tell him I need a visual report on Bay 4B's markings immediately. Assistant, Bay 4B markings? Sir, Mike is focused on Q3 inventory optimization. Robert, tell Mike this is Q4 cost optimization. Tell him I need high-resolution photos of the alignment guidelines at Bay 4B and a comparison photo from Bay 4A now, and tell Alex I'm waiting for that loss number. Assistant, yes, Mr. Hale. Robert marches toward the elevator. Assistant, sir, should I contact the corporate lawyer regarding the repeated vandalism? Robert, the corporate lawyer is paid to protect the trademark. I am paid to protect the company. The trademark is currently committing fraud against our shareholders. I will address the logo. I will address the boy. Robert gets into the elevator. Robert is in his office. Alex knocks once, then enters with a printout and a tablet. Alex, sir, the results from D4 segmentation. It took IT intervention. I cannot explain the level of oversight. Robert, the number, Alex. Alex, total accumulated cost of non-optimal route adherence is $4,215,988 annually. Precisely. We aggregated driver logs, excess fuel consumption data, and insurance premium variances linked to traffic exposure on the local route. Robert, 4 million. Categorized as driver judgment. Alex, we were looking for system failures, Mr. Hale. This is a mass behavioral anomaly. It's invisible in the macro view. Our systems are designed to smooth out the human factor, not expose its mass consistency. Robert, your system smoothed out 4.2 million. Robert picks up the printout. Robert, we are running an experiment. Call marketing, call operations in Texas and Arizona. Alex, sir? Robert, I want the Northline logo physically reversed, inverted 180 degrees, on all trucks and depot signage in 2 test regions, Dallas, Texas, and Phoenix, Arizona. Alex, Mr. Hale, that is a violation of brand consistency regulations. It requires executive committee approval and a full design review. Robert, it requires an immediate end to the $4.2 million loss. I want the logo reversed as a pilot brand redesign in those 2 regions by morning. Use high-contrast temporary vinyl. No explanation given to the teams. This is a blind test of visual cues. Alex, they will rebel. Marketing will revolt. Robert, tell marketing this is a CEO-mandated, unchallengeable visual efficiency study. The only KPI is the D4 adherence rate in those 2 branches. Report back in 72 hours. Alex leaves, dialing frantically. 72 hours later, Alex returns, tense. Alex, sir, the results. Texas and Arizona adhere to the optimal right turn route by 97.4%, a 15% increase in adherence. The shift is statistically impossible without a direct visual change. Robert, and the lost mileage cost? Alex, vanished, reduced to 0, the reversal of the logo. It worked. The subconscious visual anchor was eliminated. The Texas regional manager is demanding an explanation for the vandalism. Robert, give him a bonus for adherence. Now, the second problem, Bay 4B. I need Mike's report on the guidelines. Alex accesses the tablet. Alex, Mike submitted a report under duress. High-resolution comparison photos of Bay 4A, optimal, and Bay 4B, suboptimal. The guidelines at 4B are indeed 9.5 feet shorter than 4A. Weather damage, maintenance negligence, and a non-compliant resurfacing crew 2 years ago. Robert, 95 inches is 45 seconds per load cycle. Contact maintenance and engineering. I want all loading bay guidelines extended to the 4A standard globally. Not next quarter. This week. Alex, that is a massive operational expenditure, Mr. Hale. Mike is already arguing this violates his budget authority and requires a capital expenditure request that will take months. Robert, tell Mike his budget authority is now subject to the laws of physics and observation, and tell him I have a third problem. Gate 3. Robert pulls out a complex diagram Eli sketched on a napkin detailing driver behavior. Robert, Mike says Gate 3 is mandatory document review. 7 minutes of idle time per truck. The drivers smoke. The idle time creates a measurable security vulnerability. I need that idle time eliminated. Alex, Security Chief Daniels insists on paper manifest verification. Legal mandate 4.1.2. High-value cargo. Law. Robert, then we eliminate legal mandate 4.1.2. Call ET and legal. Set up an emergency review meeting. I want a digital scan system prototype installed at Gate 3 next week. The driver scans a QR code. The system verifies and timestamps, and the truck proceeds immediately. Alex, sir, the legal department will require a 90-day review period for data integrity on high-value cargo. They will never agree to a pilot program. Robert, tell legal that 90 days of waiting costs us 12,000 driver idle hours and exposes us to 6 measurable security risks. Tell them I want a waiver based on catastrophic operational loss due to obsolete paper verification. Set the meeting for tomorrow. Send them the D4 loss number as the executive summary. Robert looks at the wall across the street. Robert, now Alex, find Eli. He has earned a contract. A contract with specific non-monetary terms. Robert is in the emergency review meeting with Chief Daniels, Head of Legal Compliance Ms. Chen, and Alex. Ms. Chen, Mr. Hale, your proposal for concurrent audit of the digital manifest system violates every risk management protocol in our charter. High-value cargo requires a physical signature trail. Liability is paramount. Robert, Ms. Chen, your legal mandate 4.1.2 is the single largest self-inflicted cost driver in our operations. 7 minutes of idle time per truck, all day, every day. Corporate liability is currently accepting catastrophic operational loss due to obsolete paper verification. Ms. Chen, the liability of an unverified digital chain is exponentially higher than time loss. We need a 90-day review. Robert, we eliminate the 90-day wait. My proposal, immediate temporary waiver of 4.1.2 for the Gate 3 pilot. Digital scan system installed next week. Real-time data integrity audit runs concurrently with the pilot, with hourly verification checks signed off by my office. Ms. Chen, concurrent audit, that means the system is operational before it is legally sound. Robert, protocol failed to protect $4.2 million. Chief Daniels, your security teams are responsible for enforcing 4.1.2. The idle time creates a security hazard, a concentration of vehicles and drivers. Are you confident in your security protocol when the cost of adherence is so high? Chief Daniels, sir, my team enforces the law, but the congestion caused by the idle time is becoming a security hazard itself. I recommend physical barriers to control the backup. Robert, no barriers. We eliminate the backup. Ms. Chen, the waiver is approved, effective immediately. I will personally sign off on the liability waiver. Alex, proceed with the digital scanner installation. Find the quickest vendor. Ms. Chen, I will notify the board audit committee of this unilateral action. They will question your fitness for command. Robert, do it. Tell them I am optimizing their share price. My actions are fully documented and backed by verified data demonstrating their negligence. Robert finds Eli drawing by the depot wall. Robert, Eli, your observations are confirmed. $4.2 million saved. Bay 4B is fixed globally. Gate 3 is moving to a digital system next week. You've earned a contract. Eli, I don't want money. I don't want a job. Robert, this is not a money contract. This is an observation contract. I need your eyes inside. Robert pulls out a single sheet of paper. Robert, the Eli Vance observational agreement. No salary. You accept housing, food, and clean clothes provided by Northline. You receive a dedicated company phone for data transmission. Your sole duty is to provide anonymous observation reports to the pilot lab system, monitored only by Alex. Eli. Anonymous. Robert. Your identity is protected from the board, the executives, and the press. You must agree to 3 conditions. Eli. Conditions? Robert. 1. You must observe and report only what is wrong. No compliments, no approval, only flaws. 2. You must remain completely detached from the executives you are observing. No friendships, no bias. 3. You must continue drawing. Your drawing is your process. Eli. Why no salary? Robert. Money creates compliance. I need defiance. I need the truth you see from the curb. The moment you take a paycheck, you become part of the system and blind to its flaws. Eli. And if I don't want to live in your apartment? Robert. You are provided with a safe, clean space near the headquarters. If you prefer the curb, that is your right. The observation must continue. Do you sign? Eli takes the paper and a pen. He signs Eli. Robert. Welcome to Northline Logistics, Eli. You are the only employee without an office. Robert brings Eli to the lobby. Chief Daniels glares. Robert. Chief Daniels, this is Eli. He now holds level 5 clearance. He is the principal consultant for the pilot lab. Treat him with the respect due to a member of the board. He will operate from the lobby and the data center. Chief Daniels. Mr. Hale, with all due respect, a background check is mandatory. This is a massive security breach. I cannot bypass my team. Robert. Chief Daniels, your security protocol failed to secure $4.2 million. Eli's observation is the only security we have against incompetence. Your job is to protect the truth, not question it. Report any failure in his protection directly to me. Robert walks Eli to the dedicated observation area near the front desk. Robert. Now Eli. Observe the lobby. Tell me what is wrong with the human traffic flow and the light transitions. Board meeting. The air is heavy. Claire, CFO, sits with Mr. Thompson, Audit Committee Chair, and Mr. Davies, HR Chair. Robert sits alone. Mr. Thompson, Robert, the unilateral waiver of 4.1.2 and the unbudgeted expenditure on global guideline extension. Your actions are reckless. They were not approved by the Audit Committee. Robert. Recklessness is allowing an annual $4.2 million bleed. The expenditure on guidelines recovered millions in capacity immediately. The digital scanner at Gate 3 eliminated 12,000 annual idle hours. I call that optimization. Claire. Optimization based on the whims of a street child. This is a massive control issue. You introduced a security liability and bypassed risk management. You are now the subject of an internal audit committee investigation into fiduciary responsibility. Robert. I welcome the audit. While you audit my expenditures, let's discuss the latest finding from the pilot lab. PLC 5. Robert gestures to the screen. A complex network visualization appears, showing data packets as flowing lights. Claire. That is the proprietary network traffic flow, highly restricted level 6 access. Who authorized this display? Robert. The data speaks for itself. The observer identified a systemic flaw in the network engineering department's design. Look at the primary traffic light flow. Green, stable. Robert points to a flashing yellow indicator on the screen. Robert. The yellow light duration is 1.5 seconds too short. This is negligible in network terms, but when the system transitions to red, the system is still buffering the last 1.5 seconds of regional hub data from the satellite feeds. Mr. Thompson. And what is the effect of this negligible error? Robert. The micropause disrupts the predictive scheduling algorithm. It miscalculates the next 50 cargo movements based on the wrong buffer. It creates a systematic imbalance in regional depot allocation, causing a 3% long-haul capacity misallocation. This is a guaranteed 3% annual capacity loss. Claire. That is IT's failure, not mine. IT reports stability. Robert. Your failure, Claire, is accepting the quarterly report from IT that categorizes the flow variance as stable. You failed to question the stability metric. The observer, Eli, found the flaw by drawing the pattern of light transitions on the network monitor. He saw the flicker your system ignored. Mr. Thompson, you are suggesting the entire network engineering team, operating on a multi-million-dollar monitoring system, missed a 1.5-second buffer error that this child found? Robert, I am suggesting the system was designed to ignore micro-fluctuations. Eli observed the macro effect of that micro-fluctuation. Fixing this error, which Alex is implementing tonight, will boost long-haul allocation by 3%. That is pure profit, Mr. Thompson. Mr. Davies, HR Chair. If this is true, the liability falls on the network engineering chief. We can contain the scandal by terminating the department head. Robert, terminating the department head does not solve the culture of looking at the report instead of the reality. The observer is the only security we have against this complacency. Mr. Thompson slams his hand on the table. Mr. Thompson, this is unacceptable. We are calling an immediate vote on a resolution. Robert, your position as CEO is under review until a full psychiatric evaluation of your recent behavior is completed. The audit committee will handle all expenditures from this moment. Robert, you want to vote me out? Because I fixed $4 million in losses and found a 3% capacity error. I will step down for the evaluation on one condition. Mr. Thompson, condition, Robert, that the board immediately votes to terminate Claire as CFO for gross incompetence and negligence in financial oversight, directly related to the findings of PLA1, the 4.2 and -D4 loss, and PLC5, the 3% long-haul capacity error. Her department's failure to flag these losses constitutes material negligence. Silence. The board members shift in their seats. Robert, if you want my psychiatric evaluation, you must first acknowledge the financial truth I exposed and the executive responsible for ignoring it. Your decision. Mr. Thompson stares at Claire, then at Robert. He is trapped. Mr. Thompson, we will postpone the evaluation. Claire, you will be subject to a special immediate audit committee review of your tenure. The pilot lab division remains operational under the direct oversight of the audit committee. Robert, thank you, Mr. Thompson. Now, my observation for the lobby, the visitor check-in system. It is designed to create a sense of imposing security. It creates a 12-second delay per visitor. Robert turns and leaves the boardroom. Eli stands in the data center observation deck. The room is cold. Alex enters, holding a restricted access tablet. Alex, the board meeting was a massacre. Thompson postponed the vote. He put me under his direct control. Eli, the yellow light is fixed. Alex, the code fix is scheduled for midnight. Network engineering is denying the flaw exists. They claim the buffer error is within acceptable network jitter. Eli, it's not jitter. It's a calculation error in the scheduling algorithm. The system uses the wrong timestamp. Alex, I know, but the political cost of admitting this is immense. I have a new assignment from Thompson. He wants you to observe the corporate cafeteria. Menu discrepancies. Trivial. Eli, trivial is what they want me to see. Eli points to his sketchpad, showing a complex drawing of the data center's ventilation system. Eli, the server rack cluster G12. The humidity fluctuation is not stable. Alex, G12 is the primary storage for shareholder data. The environmental control is top tier. Eli, the secondary air intake filter is clogged on the top left corner. It causes an airflow restriction. The temperature on that rack fluctuates 0.4 degrees every hour. Alex, that's less than half a degree. Eli, the fluctuation causes the sensor logs to spike an internal error code, F77. The system is designed to ignore F77 unless it occurs more than 10 times in a day. It is currently spiking 7 times. Alex, if the F77 error is ignored and the temperature rises 0.4 degrees, what is the danger? Eli, the cooling system compensates by overcycling. It uses excess power, and the constant temperature swing degrades the hardware over time. It is a slow, expensive destruction of the data center. Alex stares at the rack. Alex, the environmental maintenance chief reports 0 errors. Eli, He is reporting what the system is designed to show. I am reporting what is wrong. Alex, I will notify maintenance, anonymously. And I will tell Thompson the cafeteria observation is ongoing. 2 months later. Northline stock is climbing steadily. Robert is in a meeting with Alex. Robert, the Observer's PLF9 report on regional storage density is phenomenal. We are increasing pallet capacity by 15%. Implement it globally. Alex, sir, the regional managers are unified. They are threatening mass resignation. Mike, the former operations manager, is leading a public anti-Hale campaign. They call the Observer a ghost, undermining their expertise. Robert, their expertise was complacency. Implement PLF9. A frantic knock. Robert's assistant bursts in, holding multiple financial news tablets. Assistant, Mr. Hale, it's everywhere. The leak is massive. All major financial outlets. They have the guideline photos. Headlines. Billion-dollar CEO taking business advice from homeless street kid. Hale bets company on barefoot oracle. Northline, from logistics to lunacy. The articles contain high-resolution photos of Eli entering the building, specific details of the 4.2 MD4 fix, the Gate 3 scanner implementation, the guideline repainting, and the secret existence of the pilot lab. Robert grabs his desk phone, dialing Chief Daniels. Robert. Daniels, initiate full internal systems lockdown. Find the source of the data leak. Terminal, timestamp, user ID. Cross-reference all level 5 access. Now. The phone immediately rings. It is Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson, on the phone, raging. Robert, the stock is down 11%. We are convening an emergency session. You created this liability. The board's review of your position is immediate. You are suspended pending investigation. Robert hangs up. Robert, to Alex. Shut down all communication with the pilot lab. Wipe the access logs. Protect Eli's identity. He is priority 1 extraction. Chief Daniels calls back. Chief Daniels. Mr. Hale. Source confirmed. Timestamped data transfer leads to the CFO's terminal. Claire's terminal. She used a third-party application to siphon data and images. The data theft is criminal. Robert. Claire. Robert exits the office. Robert, to assistant, get my car. I need a full trace on Eli's company phone. Last known coordinates. Now. Robert drives, frantically searching the industrial district. He checks the park. He finds Eli in the secluded park corner. Eli is drawing on cardboard. The drawing is the perfect, corrected Northline logo, encircled by a heavy broken chain, with 2 figures, Claire and Thompson, breaking the links. Robert approaches. Robert, why did you leave the office? Eli looks up, his eyes showing a deep sense of failure. Eli, when I fix things, people get angry. I make the company sick. I am the reason for the chaos. Robert sits on the wet grass. Robert, they get angry because you make them irrelevant. They were paid millions to look at. Spreadsheets. You looked at the world. Claire betrayed the company to protect her incompetence. She used you as the weapon against me. The stock will recover. Eli, I am the scapegoat. Robert, you are the truth. You saved the company. You exposed the cancer. Never stop drawing, Eli. Eli looks at the broken chain on his drawing. Eli, if I come back, they will use the board to fire you. Thompson will vote you out. Robert, Thompson is just watching the clock. We have to beat them on the main stage. I need you to come back, not as observer, as a symbol. The symbol of honesty. I need you to stand beside me at the press conference. We fight them in public. Eli looks at the drawing. He tears the cardboard. He nods once. Eli. We go. Large press conference. The room is hostile. Robert Hale stands at the podium. The screen displays the corrected Northline logo. Mr. Thompson watches from the side, looking defeated. The stock tracker shows rapid stabilization, but still volatile. Journalist 1. Mr. Hale, is it true you endangered shareholder trust by entrusting corporate logistics to a homeless miner? Robert. The market panicked because of disinformation provided by my former CFO, Claire. She was terminated this morning. She is now under criminal investigation for data theft and market manipulation. The evidence is irrefutable. Journalist 2. But you did hire a child. He has no credentials, no degree. Robert. His credentials are the $4.2 million he recovered on his first day. His degree is reality. His only bias is the truth. Robert looks at the board section. Robert. My executive team was comfortable with the long-term systemic errors that the observer exposed. When the market sees the truth, they buy back. Journalist 3. What about the boy? Is this a publicity stunt? Robert, this is not a stunt. This is the future. Today, I am announcing the creation of the Northline Foundation for Observation and Logic. He gestures to the side. Eli walks out, clean, holding his old notebook. He sits in the front row. The room erupts in flashbulbs. Robert. Eli is the first permanent member of the Northline Foundation. Its purpose is to find, house, and educate young adults with gifts for observation and problem solving, regardless of their status. Robert. Eli's findings will now directly feed into the Foundation's research division, bypassing all internal corporate bureaucracy. The Foundation holds the power of observation. Journalist 4. Does he have a title? Will he be compensated? Robert. He has no title. He needs no salary. He only has one demand, which the Foundation will honor, that we never stop looking for the hidden truths. Robert gestures toward Thompson. Robert. Furthermore, Mr. Thompson, chairman of the audit committee, has tendered his resignation, effective immediately. The board accepts. Complacency is the virus. Observation is the cure. The new Northline leadership is committed to reality over report. After the conference, Eli approaches Robert. Eli, Thompson, and Claire. They were just watching the wrong thing. Robert, they were watching the stock price. You were watching the world. Eli, the Foundation must protect the overlooked children, the ones who sit and watch the failures and draw the patterns. Robert, that is the Foundation's charter, Eli. You wrote it. Eli, I don't need a desk. Robert, you already have one. You're my teacher. I need you to keep drawing and keep watching me. Final shot. Eli sits on the curb across the street again. He is on the pavement, his notebook open. He is drawing on a piece of cardboard. On the wall across the street, the enormous new, corrected Northline logo shines in the afternoon sun. Eli looks at the logo, then back at his notebook, and begins to draw.